Aquarius, how you doing, guys? So we're now here to do your July 2020, so we go straight into your channel messages and then also the tarot card reading. We're looking past, present and future. How you doing? Looking. That's all I heard is good looking. Is how you doing good looking. So something to do with like looking. Like nookie. Some of you could be having some nookie or it's suki. Some of you, it could be somebody from China or something, because I'm picking up on suki or Sue, the name Sue, okay, or suing somebody. Well, we're really going into the channel messages today, Aquarius, and this is Capricorn, Aquarius, so suki, nookie, Sue, suing, also suing, like stewing on something, someone's stewing, like brewing, it's like brewing. So you might be brewing your own herbs, or you might be brewing something. You could even be, I'm heard suing something. So you could well be suing a company, or they could well be coming to you. Coming to you very soon. Something's going to be coming to you very soon, okay? Or somebody is going to be coming to you. Like coming to see you. You could be doing nookie, suki, or something to do with that. It could have a lot to do with wasabi, with, I don't know, Chinese food. I'm picking up Chinese food or fooding. Food groups and stuff like that. Grouping, grooming. Oh dear, okay. Okay, so there's some strange messages that are still coming in from the Capricorn reading, and I don't know if any of you see it or are involved with one, but for the extended, I did mention a lot of stuff that was going on with the royal family, and it actually is going on with the royal family, and it is kind of coming through slightly in your reading, because I picked up on grooming and stuff like that was very present, where I don't hold back. When it isn't YouTube, when it is Patron and it's not got no ads and things like that, I can pretty much say what I want. Okay, so I kind of like all the things that I can't reveal on here, I do reveal on there. And there was a lot to do with some very strange behaviour that was going on, and I really don't know if it's involving you. You don't have to have Capricorn in your chart, but someone that you may know might have. Okay, so there was some very strange messages around the royal family. Okay. And that is very present because of what I was saying on that reading about the Netflix thing that came on about Prince Philip. Okay, and there is a lot of controversy and stuff that's going on. So we're going to leave that slightly in case that isn't involving you. But they're saying that suki, nookie, that someone got caught doing something possible, or you're courting someone that you're doing this. Courting in the UK would mean that you're just kind of like really seeing someone quite a bit, okay? So you're sort of like either in a relationship or you're just courting them, so you're building it up. Okay, but there's a big build up and there's big tension. It could be bill, there could be a big bill that you've got to fork out for. So you might be saving some money for this certain project or thing that you want, and there could be a bill that you've got to pay, or the name Bill, okay, or Phil, also Phil, I'm picking up Phil or Bill, or Phil Bill, or even Kill Bill, maybe, I don't know, hopefully not, but there is someone out to get somebody in this energy core. Did you just see the lights dim? But okay, so we'll go over your slight channel messages. So straight away for a start, without what's being routing. Someone's definitely going to be routing something. Could be in your router. Could have something to do with your internet provider or something like that. Having the internet put in, or you just are on the internet quite a lot. But they're saying that it's something to do with a router also. Okay, your router. Or your rotor at work. Your rotor at work. Rotivating as well. Escalating. They're saying that something is escalating within your work of a rota that you probably have, like a schedule that you have, and it's rotivating, meaning digging up a lot of stuff. So, okay, so there's quite a lot of stuff that's being dug up at work. Okay, dug up. Doug, the name Doug. I'm picking up the name Doug or Douglas. Okay, but some things are being dug up about Doug. Have you filled that Kraken yet, Phil? So, but Doug. I'm hearing Doug. Chug. Sorry, could be a child or it could be a Cancerian. Okay, it could be a Cancerian. Hold on, could be a Cancerian. Yeah, your last card when I finished shuffling was a Cancerian. Now, the reason why I'm relating this to a Capricorn energy, because I was saying, look, stay in this lane and not this lane when I was doing the Capricorn reading, and saying that people that go down aisles and lanes and things like that, that there's segregated areas of what, when we go shopping, you can't cross this line and stuff like that. I was going into Leo and the line. Okay, and then I was thinking, whilst just rendering, going over it again and thinking, actually, that meant something else, which was changing lanes, which was a lot to do with the Cancerian, changing lanes, going from one lane to another lane to another lane to another lane. Or the name Leanne or Lane, Lanny, Lane, Treacle. Is that you, Treacle? Are you still out there? Lanny, Nanny, or so Lanny, Nanny, or Annie, or something like that. Okay. And it could be involving to do with a Cancerian. So you could have like a mother that is being a nanny for a brother or sister or something to do with that with a child, okay? Because it would involve you being a nanny or you know of a nanny, okay? But I'm definitely picking up the name Annie, Douglas and Doug. Phil also, okay? Now your rota, your schedule, I think that you've got it organised and you kind of know what you're going to be doing. You've kind of got it planned out and you're scheduling it all, thinking, okay, there's this schedule and I've got to keep to it. It's a bit like setting goals and thinking, okay, today I've got this, tomorrow I've got this, and then we've got this. And it's a little bit like I'm seeing a shop, okay, people that own shops or work in shops. And it's kind of like, okay, there's your rota, there's your thing, and we're organising segments of a I don't know, like delicatessen, things like that. You walk in and there's the aisle and it's all stacked up and thing, or that you own a shop and that you're actually like getting products and you're all getting it ready in order to reopen. I do know that shops here in the UK are presently going to be opening, I think around, well, it's supposed to be kind of now, but I don't know if my channels ever get confusing with you. We're kind of like, what are we on now? 15th, 16th, 19th of June. So all these have been pre-recorded, ready to be released, and then I've also got all of the other stuff, and then I have private readings as well. So, and I don't release them, and the reason why I don't release them early is because I want obviously people to find this channel, and they won't be looking really too much for July in June. Okay, so I only really release them within the month, but I do pre-record readings sometimes. And I think there's a lot to do with like records and stuff like that, keeping records and keeping track of certain things. Tracks, I'm also picking up track. So you might like the tracks that I'm recording, you might like the intros, stuff like that again. But they're going to be released if you do like them. But tracks, I'm picking up tracks, track. Tracy, the name Tracy also, or a rack, someone's there the rack or someone's rack, I don't know. But let's see. So, changing lanes and slightly going on to the Capricorn reading of where it is sort of merging into this one. The reason I picked up that is because when I asked Spirit and said, okay, Aquarius, what have we got for Aquarius for July? The first thing that I heard was Dodie fired. Okay, now Dodie fired, so there's a lot to do with fire signs and also fire height. See, again, it's coming through from the Capricorn reading. Being fired or hired or fired signs. Okay, but Dodie fired was obviously involved with Princess Diane, and that's just kind of like recollect me. Yeah, you see, I'm going cold. So there is a lot to do with the royal family at the moment, and if you are on tier 1 or tier 2, you'll get to see a lot of what that Capricorn reading was about, because there were so many kings and queens that were involved in that, and there wasn't very good energy around it. Okay, so I don't know if I was channeling world stuff that you might witness, or it is going to be involving you specifically yourself, okay? But things that happen in the world do involve you, okay? Especially when you get involved in the media of it all, okay? So there's something to do with like a media, like someone's social media account, and that definitely came through Capricorn reading. It was to do with someone's multimedia account, and it was Leo energies, and very strange. You'll have to watch it because I don't want to ruin. Something's getting ruined, like, or see again. There was young children that were involved in this and that channeled messages, and I really try to keep away from those when you put adverts on, you see adverts don't appear over on Patreon, but they do here. Okay, it's just part of how I also earn a little bit of money. Okay, so they have to come up. And it does say, before you tick everything, that do you talk about these major issues or not? And you have to kind of tick them and let them know. Okay, so I can't say too much. But there was a lot evolving around children and things like this. Okay, so I am sort of still hearing that. Steers. I'm hearing steers, name steers. Could be to do with also Cancerian, maybe. Could be Cancer. But steers, I'm hearing the name steers. Or still, like still going. I don't know. I'm picking up like a rotor or like a car, like still going. It's kind of like, come on, we've got some gas. Have we got gas? It's like we're still going. So something is still going or still ongoing. Okay. And I do think somebody. Sorry, because I do kind of try and keep up with people that comment in the chat box here when I'm kind of like typing and watching. Someone was called Steers. Hi, how you doing? So I'm not saying that you're involved in all that. I'm just picking up on your name if you're watching. Okay. But how you doing, mate? All right. Okay. So let's see. So I picked up on Dodie Fired, which was relating to the royal family, and I was going to call it the royal family pile of. Okay, because it got thick in that energy. Now DOD. Okay. So, because I was writing Dodie and then I come up with DOD, and DOD is Department of Defense in America, is pretty much what DOD stands for, right? I'm sure. But Department of Defense. And there's a lot of department stores, is what I then started to channel through that, which was the department stores of what we've just come up with without looking here, okay? Which is a lot to do with clothing lines and lions, again. You see, it's either a lion and it's just involving that you're a cross-watcher and you have it in your chart of a Leo, and it's to do with like either one, lying about something, or two, it's to do with lines, okay? A bit like retrograde, okay? So if you've been lying about something, retrograde is going to tick you off and mark you off. So again, there's mark here of Capricorn. Again, you do have something to do with Capricorn, Aquarius, of a mark of the devil. We've gone through this last month, bruv. What's still going on about this mark? Okay, that there's something, it's still involving Capricorn, but in that reading this month, things got very strange around someone that was perverted in certain ways, right? So I really don't know, right? I really don't. I'm just going to go with the channel messages. So we'll go to DOD, Department of Defense. That some of you, this is court because there were a lot of kings and queens there, okay, and it's either court appearances or getting caught for someone's getting caught for something, okay. Now, look, obviously, that is either one, going to court in the future if they get caught for something, or they just physically get caught by a boss or something in a department store. If you run one or own one, there is something to do with something very weird or something strange going on at work that's involving someone watching or doing things that they really should not be doing and where they have no place for it, is what they're saying. That they have no place. So meaning like they might be fired. They might be fired. So you could be, again, you could be a fire sign that's watching and you've witnessed this and there's someone that's going to get fired. If you're a cross-watcher and you're a fire sign and you've done something, be very careful about continuing doing that because you could get fired. I really don't know who's going to get fired, but they're saying that someone is going to get fired and hired and then fired, hired and fired. Okay? So there's a lot of that because it's like Dodie fired, fired, Department of Defense, taking an offence, saying things that people shouldn't, doing things that they shouldn't, getting on people's nerves. And I think that all of this is really going around your workplace, okay? I really am picking that up big time. Now, through the Capricorn reading, there was someone around Leo energy, it's either who or for, I don't mind, but again, someone was really getting on someone's nerves via a channel. Okay, now that was either the channel tunnel or it was the channel. And I'm going to have to mention it because it's really coming through in your reading. So I'm not lying, I'm just again, I can't get away from the channel messages, so don't then, Steve, that's what they're saying. Go with them. I'm not going to get caught lying. So it's like someone's going to ask someone to sell out and say, look, I'm not going to get caught lying. I'm not going to lie for you. It's a little bit like, you know, when someone turns up late for work and they ask someone to clock in or something, or anything like that. And it's like, listen, I ain't going to lie for you. You do it yourself. Like, if you, because I really feel like that there's someone that's not pulling their weight around things, or they're not doing it in the manner that is asked of you as a boss, or two of the natural protocol of what everybody's supposed to be doing. And it's like, you know, I'm not going to lie for you. You're going to have to do this yourself. And if you don't, then, you know, you're going to have this choice of where this is relating to now to, well, backdated to Aries, where they had a big decision and choice that they had to make of information that they're going to find out during July. I really do believe in my spirits that some people, but pupils, or people, or Nepal, France, or something, France. But someone is okay. So someone's watching someone's like breasts or something, right? But anyway, because it's getting a bit strange. Aries, they had this where they said, where I told them that they were going to have a very important choice to make of something that is going to be found out. So this person could have Aries in their chart, you could have it in your chart, it could be involved in this circle. But in those energies, it's coming through in yours that there are going to be pieces of information that's going to be found out. And in the Aries reading specifically, and I think it was also Taurus, of where I said that you're going to find this out, and it depends what you do with this information that you have on somebody, of whether you want to sell out or think that you're selling out, or physically just say, you know what, throw everything to the wall and I'm just going to report you. Okay, so if someone is doing something really bad, you're involved in this somehow, I feel, Aquarius, and that you're going to probably see something and you're going to think, well, I've really got a decision to make. Am I going to report this person, or am I going to sell out, do this thing that I really don't want to do and I shouldn't be doing it? Should I be doing it for this person, like clocking in early for them because they're late or whatever it is? And that should I be doing that, or should I literally just give them a warning and tell them that, you know, I'm not a part of it, you do it yourself, or I go to the boss myself, or you do it? Something strange around those energies for you, Aquarius, during July. Okay, so then obviously we picked up the message of department store. Okay, so obviously this is going in a store. Okay, so through past energies of last month, we went through, because Sagittarius was also involved. Sagittarius. Yeah, because that was the royal family of thingy. Because I haven't called it that yet, because I haven't put them out. It's a cross comparison of Sagittarius, Aquarius, Capricorn. Okay, and they're all sort of merging into one channeled message. Okay, sorry, I think I'm going to sneeze a minute. You know when you get that, and you're like, I know I'm going to sneeze a minute. Is that a sign? I think I'm going to sneeze. Niece, a niece. Something to do with your niece as well. If you have a niece, do you have a niece? Like niece and nephew? Or nephew? But a niece and nephew. It's something to do with like your nieces and nephews, or it's to do with your auntie, or something like that. To do with your auntie, or obviously nieces and nephews and auntie. Okay, so it's relating to family and brothers and sisters as well. That's what I was saying right at the beginning, where I said about nanny, auntie, all that kind of stuff. I think you've got quite a strange month coming up. Not a strange month. I think you've got a fulfilled month, because I'm now looking at Phil. So DOD filled month, meaning a filled rota of stuff that is going to really be keeping you busy and occupied, and your rota is going to be completely filled up. So whatever you do, bookings, like taking bookings, or taking bookings, like doing the books and things like this, they're going to be full. Okay, so your rota is going to be scheduled, where you're going to be making a schedule because your rota is going to be full. So I don't think you've really got any time off this month. I think you're going to be quite busy doing whatever it is that you do, your rota is going to be full. That's what they're saying. Your tank is also going to be full. You're going to be full of energy. You're also going to be full of a Cancer, or you're going to be what was the word? I don't like, kind of not getting on so well with the Cancer. You're going to be fed up. Sorry, that's what they're saying. You're going to be filled up with a Cancer, but you're going to be fed up with. Sorry if you're cross-watching, but again, if you know a Cancerian, they're going to ask you possibly to borrow money for fuel. That's what they're saying. Or you're going to be filled up with trying to talk with them or something. You're going to be filled up with a Cancerian anyway, unless you're dating one, and you could be filled up in many ways. Right? I don't know. Because I'm definitely seeing some activity of nookie, suki, suki, and I don't know, some of you it could be with a Cancerian, and they're going to try to get fuel in order to come and see you, but there's definitely fuel in that fire. There's a fueled fire. Fire sign possible, Leo, Cancerian. Okay, we're getting cross-matched now with energies of who's who. Don't get lost. Don't get lost. See, someone could go out on a car journey somewhere and get lost. It's like, oh, just get lost. Let's just go out and get lost somewhere. Or someone's going to say, look, get lost. I don't know. It's going to be different for a lot of you. You could be going to get lost somewhere, or because I keep hearing get lost. Get lost. Will you get lost? Will you please just get out and get lost? You could have something to do with a Scorpio as well, because they had a lot of get out, get lost, get out, get lost, 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 get lost. Sorry, I'm saying because normally they change into a word when I do that. Golosk. Goliath. I'm picking up on like what was it? James and the Giant Peach, they said, but Goliath. Goliath. They also just said Hansel and Gretel for some reason, and Goliath. I mean, was it Jamie and Goliath? What was it? I think that's it, Aquarius, if I'm honest. We're going to leave it at that. How you doing, Aquarius? So, what I've noticed a lot about channeling is that the majority of people report back to me and tell me I can't believe that all what you've just said throughout that month, and then report back and said all of that literally come true. Okay, so just take under advisement of channeled messages. They don't get interrupted like tarot cards do. Tarot cards are literally, they can destroy my visions, so I try to add them with these. These just tell a story of what I'm looking at to produce a story of what they're saying. Okay, so it can interfere slightly. See, interfere. Someone's interfering with someone that they shouldn't be. It's something to do with tarot, or it's something to do with someone interfering with someone that they really shouldn't be interfering with. And I don't know how this is going on. I just heard that's private. There's something that's going on that's private, or it's going on with someone that's private. Okay, we're gonna really get off them. We're gonna get off them. Okay, so I don't know how that's going to relate to all of you. It really might not at all. But again, predictions, you can't stop them. Okay, sorry, but you can't stop them, and you can't stop this. Whatever it is, you can't stop. You can't stop this person. They can't stop. That's what they're saying. They can't stop. Can't stop. There's some kind of like, I don't know. It's either a good sexual attraction for some, or it's a bad one. But whatever it is, that they can't stop. There's something to do with brakes as well. So be very careful around not being able to stop. Okay, but I am hearing Cancerian for that. Like, can't stop. Like, I can't stop. No, it's kind of like, oh, I'm here, but I can't stop. Like, I can't stay long. It's like, oh, how you doing? Yes, no, I can't stay long. I'm off. And like, right? You could be dealing with a Gemini, possible. But it's like, all right, I'm here. It's like, yeah, I can't stop long. And like, all right, okay, how long are you here for? It's like, well, I can stay for an hour or two. It's like, oh, okay, that's fine. But then they're kind of like, yeah, no, I can't stop. So I don't know if you're still, because it's very weird. At the moment in the UK, we can go into these things called social bubbles, but I still think that that's an absolute danger. where you can go and see partners and you can go and see people and you can go into their house, but they still tell you on the other hand that you're supposed to be keeping social distancing away from people in shops, on the street, all things like that. You're supposed to be keeping 2 metre distance, you're not supposed to breathe on people, and you've got to keep that distance. But you can go to a social distance where if you're not with your partner or people like that, you can actually go over to their house and do certain things and whatnot. But the other end, and it's so confusing at the moment that I think that it's best to just relax with all of that, really, and just see what happens first before people go diving into something. Right? It could be a swimmer. There could be a swimmer. Could be pregnancy coming up for a lot of you. So what? Sorry, before I lost my flow. That it's either a good sexual attraction for someone, and for some of you it could be a bad one, because they're saying that I can't stop doing it. Like I just can't stop doing it. Like someone's really just can't stop doing something, right? So we're going to leave it at that. So let's see. So for past for Aquarius, I keep thinking that I forgot something. Let's see, Aquarius in the past. What's been going on with Aquarius in the past? Okay, 8 of Pentacles. So you could be dealing with Leo-ish or Earth signs, but again, very esoteric, very connected, working on things a lot, working a lot. I like it a lot, but someone likes their job a lot. Someone likes what they do a lot. This is that you're in alignment with everything that you're doing. If you're in with a Leo, you're in alignment with them. You're working on it. You're in alignment with your assignment. You're doing everything that you should. Okay, and you're building on the relationship, but you're also working a lot as well. Okay, so or have been. So you'll probably just started working on the relationship again, or you'll start to do new things and work on them. So you could have a lot of projects underhand, a little bit like all the music equipment and stuff that I buy, working on stuff, you know, esoterically as well. It's all told to you, and you just, if you really feel like you should be doing it, you should obviously be doing it. Everything happens for a reason, and the reason it does is because you feel really good about the person or feel really good about that. That brings things into fruition of stuff that keeps you interested, also outside of a relationship. You have to have things in life that keep you interested, that keep the other person interested in you, because you have a common interest. So there is something of common interest that is keeping this, that's starting to happen again. Okay? So, show me the past. So someone is work. Okay, but in the past, this person might have been working that much that they ended up cutting you off. If things got very heated at that time, then someone could have blocked you, because or they're kind of like, are you free in order to talk? And they're kind of like, well, I am working, but I can talk to you, or they just completely cut you off. This person is building money and a career, and they're very focused on their career, 100% focused on their career. They could even have heritage in the career itself. Okay, like I said, I do pick up kind of like Chinese, kind of like someone that has ethnic intoriated, I can't say that word, but you know what I'm saying. Okay, but again, this person is very driven towards work. You've got Taurus, Scorpio. This would be a Scorpio rising, Taurus descending, or the opposite way around for me. Okay, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Could be a Piscean that could also be involved. So it reduced to 3. So yeah, I think that there was a possible blocking as well. Like someone was so focused on their energy at work that things could have got a little bit out of hand at work. If you're at work with someone, things could have got at, like, okay, so within your relationship, it could have just had this weird sensation that happens in life for a reason, where everything needs to come to a conclusion of people not in separation, so we can all go about our lives, figure out what's going to happen. Okay, so within your relationship, this person could have been so focused at work and driven that that's what they was drawing all of their attention to, and there could have been some harsh words about that. Have you got any time for me outside of work? Okay, now outside of work, but inside of work, are you still with me? Is that you've probably got someone that you're trying not to pay attention to, that doesn't do much, like I said, that doesn't carry their weight. Okay, because this person could be carrying weight. Okay, it could be a diet a lot like me. Okay, is really trying to be careful around food. I'm kind of like starting to see it in my face a bit more now, so I've really got to be careful. But pull your own weight. Can you please do something other than just let me do it all? Because this person wants to do things very quick, very fast. They're very motivated. You know, I'm here, there, everywhere. You know, wherever I am, I'm doing it all. But I really need you to start pulling your weight and doing more. Because it feels like someone's kind of like a bit like that. Computer says no. You know, when it's kind of like, oh man, will you just like, you know, could be an earth sign that you've been struggling with in order to get motivation. You know, maybe. But that could have been happening at work where you're really trying not to pay attention to someone at work, and you're like, well, if you don't want to speak, I don't want to speak to you either. You know, and if I don't know, I get the sensation that someone arrives at work, okay, and that someone speaks, but the other person doesn't, and you're that fed up with it. You're like, you know, when people turn up at work and they go, morning, how you doing? Yeah, no, we're all right. You're all good? Yeah, Christy, bruv, let's go on. Okay, but some people, well, I was really related to someone I work with. Not once do they ever get into the van and say, morning. Never. They do respond if I say it, all of the time, yeah, no, I'm good. But never, ever start a conversation off. And I just thought after a while, you know what, if you ain't going to say anything, I'm just going to test you and see if you get in the van without saying anything. And yeah, they don't, she doesn't. And I'm like, oh dear me, it's very difficult to get any kind of like communication. Virgo, sorry Virgos if you're cross watching, but I mean it really doesn't matter, I'm star sign. But again, I'm definitely picking that up there, that it's kind of like one of those, hi, how you doing? It's like, yeah, no, I'm really good. Yeah, no, I'm good. Just like, morning, how's everybody? Yeah, no, I'm real good, and I'm out there, and I'm, you know, everything. And then there's some people that are kind of like, bro, this person's really doing my nut in, you know. Sorry, but that's at your work, okay? It's at your work. Cross watchers are probably going to lose their shit, maybe. Okay, so yeah, but let's see. So what's going on presently now with Aquarius? What's going on now presently with Aquarius? What's going on with Aquarius now? Okay, so you've got Sagittarius. There we are, the royal family. The royal family. It's in the family. There is something in the family of stubbornness is also in the family that you just can't possibly get through to this person. You can't. You can't. They constantly want to heal to block, to heal to block, heel to toe. From hand and foot and mouth, that's what I'm picking up, foot and mouth, that someone always puts their foot right in the mouth, right? Which is like, they say things very quickly, and then they put their foot in the mouth, and you think, why on earth did you just say that? Now this person either one apologises for saying it and saying, oh sorry, I'd speak very quickly and I really didn't realise I was saying it, right? And if they don't, then you've got this energy around you of where someone constantly puts their foot in the mouth, and they pretty much, you know, when someone goes out and they kind of like start talking to a neighbour or something, and they go, yeah, you know what, that person that always comes round here, round your house, wow, they really do get on my nerves. And then this neighbour says, yeah, that's my brother. And the other person's like, oh really? Oh no, I meant, you know, bruv, I meant, you know, someone that puts their foot in their mouth and they speak too quickly before they, and you kind of like, and you're in the background going, no, don't say that. No, don't say that. I was like, oh, wow, you said it. Okay, you said it. So, you know, you've got that energy, just seeing it, that you're either one just seeing this person, or they're involved in the family, and you're kind of like, man, you know, don't say that. Don't say that. Like, you know, you've embarrassed me, because I'm picking up an embarrassment of why someone is shut off, closed off, and like, man, you embarrass me. Like, you know, I'm cut you out. You embarrass me. Let's see. This is kind of like meet the in-laws. This could be happening in the Laura. I'm hearing Laura, or the in-laws, right? And you go to meet the in-laws, and meet the parents. Yeah, because I keep saying in-laws, parents, meet the parents. It could be happening in the parents. It could be the parents. It could be your parents, regardless of the sign. Continue on what's presently going on with Aquarius. Really? Leo is here. Oh, I'm going to take all of those. So we're not going to take any of them. Leo is definitely here. 7 of Swords you may have seen, 2 of Cups, but we're not. Presently, too many cards. what's going on presently with Aquarius, because I won't be able to fit everything on. We'll go on for years, and it will take too much of my channel to. Let's see, too much of my time. That's what I heard. You take up too much of my time. I haven't got time. You're taking up too much of it. The moon, a mum. It might be your mother. You're not on good terms with your mum. You're blocking them out for some reason. I mean, if you're not blocking them out, and you're really not, if you're kind of on speaking terms, half the time you think, what on earth are you going on about? You know, what are you going on about? Because the moon can be known as like howling at the moon. So I go off my channel messages, and the reason why you block them out is because you can't keep track of them. You can't keep track of how they talk, how they are. You see, temperance is someone that can have a temper, right? They can have like small to medium, meaning they can be very temperamental at times, or they can be very temperament, meaning that they can be very caring and nurturing. But you get on the wrong side of them, and they're straight on the other side. You're like, whoa, what? Nothing's just happened, right? So be careful around driving as well. I don't know why, because I'm hearing, right? Or dropping something, just like falls on the floor. It's like, oh, wow. I don't know. Okay, so if you've got a mother or a grandparent even, be careful that they don't take a fall. Okay, be careful they don't take a fall. Could be it's to do with the Piscean, maybe, because that's the fall card. But someone elderly could take a fall, or take you for a fall. Okay, there could be someone that's taking you for a fall. It could be a Pisces, or it could be any of these star signs here. But just generally, someone could be taking someone for a fall. Meaning, don't take me for a fall. I know exactly what your game is. I know when, I talk. You get like, it's kind of like, right, when you just want a small piece of someone and you're like, listen, I can just about handle like a couple of minutes, but that's it. And then you kind of like, but no, because the moment I talk to you and I give you an inch, you take 10 miles, okay, 10 miles long. So it's something to do with like, I don't mind talking to you now and again, but it's literally going to be a minute or two. But then you know that as soon as you've given them that minute, that they want an hour, and you're kind of like, man, I've got 10 minutes, and then you get this opinion through the 4 of like, you know what, it's more than likely best that I just don't talk to you and block you off, because when I do talk to you, you take 10 yards or too long to get. Okay, there's an energy here of where someone takes too long to get to the point in a conversation that's annoying someone or blocking them out. That you can talk to someone, and then they're kind of like, oh, I just want just a minute, and you're like, oh man, right, okay, yeah, what's up? And you know that when you talk to this person, okay, they beat around the bush, meaning they drag a 2-minute story out, or a minute story, a bit like this, right? They drag it right out to make it a lot longer than what the story is. Now, you can relate this is channel. If not, it's probably going to annoy you and you might want somebody else. Okay, if it isn't the channel, it's someone in your life that you talk to, that you know that when you talk to them, their story is that you think, wow, you just took an hour to get to that point, and that point is the pinnacle point of it, but you've lost my attention, because you should have just shortened that sentence right down to a minimal, where it would have been very exciting for me to listen to if you'd have just got to the point very quickly, instead of like, no, I just need you for a second. You're like, okay, right. So when we went down to that thing, and I just wanted to know about, and you're like, wow, this is going to take ages. Now it's either one end or the opposite end. Okay. I don't know why I'm getting this channel of people thinking, yeah, Steve, that's you, because you just spent all this time talking about this one channel message, right? So take your pick, but you're watching a tarot reading, and I'm just pretty much giving you the scenario of what I'm being told, is that someone either gets to the point very quickly and they've pretty much told you the outcome. It's a bit like reading a book at the end first before you've read the beginning, right? And then some people, it's the other way around, where you read the beginning first, but the end is like pages and pages and pages long, and you're kind of like, ooh. Okay, there could be a name Paige as well, Paige, or you could be a bridesmaid or a page, something to that, or someone in the past that was a bridesmaid or page, could be a friend. Okay, but let's see. or a brother or sister. So 9 of Cups, greed. Greed and gluttony. I need too much of your time. Okay, I want to know what's going on. This is codependency. 9 is, see, people always say this is wish fulfillment. To me, it really isn't. It says that in the book. I've never read it really. But people say that the 9 is wish fulfillment. Well, it is, because this person's greedy. They're taking up too much of the time. Okay, here. I mean, this could be like me. Okay, putting on way too much weight. Okay, really need to cut down on the old carbs, right? But here, I mean, I struggle with that. You know, I really am. But again, 9 is an addiction or codependency. Okay, and this could be someone of a mother that smothers you, that wants too much of your time taken up, where there's a big codependency in the whole family, or the whole family unit of what you notice through a reflection of the moon, of a cycle of the whole thing happening around what you witness around all the people that you deal with each day. Okay, that there's a lot of codependent issues, which could lead to drinking, abuse, mental abuse, possible, physical, food, all that kind of stuff. You see, mothers can use tools of food, be known as feeders. Okay, it's people that feed people to feed off their energy. So I'm not getting into people's relationships with their parents, but you know, that is a codependency to a mother, or a mother is very codependent on their children, and that's the only thing that ever matters to them. But you have to take your children into consideration of whether they want it. And the same story applies to what I was saying around requiring too much time and taking too much time to get to the point, or taking too much of someone's time, where they're fighting against this moon, as if to say, I've got my own 10 of Cups to try and find my own life to try and lead myself. Don't rely everything on me, you know. That's what I'm hearing, lie on me. Don't lie on me, or don't lie for me, or don't lie about me. Someone tells lies about someone. So now we'll look into your July. So that is your past and the present tense of what's kind of still ongoing. Okay. So now let's look into your July. July for Aquarius. I'm hearing the name Kyle as well. Kyle or Kylie. 7 of Wands. So someone's very defensive about a mum. 100%. They're trying to block them out altogether. They don't want anything to do with this codependent, like even a codependent relationship. They are taking offence to certain things very quickly. Like I said, you've got this energy here that someone says things, they've got no filter. Right, they've got no, like Phil, what was I saying, Phil? That could well be to do with Phil, or Bill, or Kill Bill, or filter. Meaning that filtering, or ciphering even, but filtering, they have no filter. So because they don't have no filter, you're like, I can't believe that you've even just done and said that. And I'm so sick to death of it that you ain't got no filter, you don't care what you say or what you do in front of public, and you just tell other people whatever, and I've got to cut you out because there's too much of it. You know, there's a definite codependency around that, because someone feels like that they constantly need to protect themselves from someone, and the main arcana here really is the moon, the Sagittarius, but the main one is the moon, and that represents mother to me. Okay, and this represents being smothered and too much attention to the fact that this person makes you feel that you need to protect yourself against something that they're saying or doing. So you've got a reflection of someone has no filter, and when you talk to them, they take an offence to it very quickly. They snap, you snap, they offend you, you offend them, and you get absolutely niche. You get nowhere. Okay? That can be happening, one, in your relationships with your mother, and it too could also be extended out into the forefront of your relationship. Let's see for July for Aquarius. July for Aquarius. Okay, so you got the Queen of Wands, Sagittarius for me. So, well, this feels like, well, I feel passionate and creative about exactly what I want to do without you. You know, could be happening to a fire sign. You've got big fire sign energies here. But your mother could be a fire sign as well. I have that in their chart. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius somewhere. Because that would be a mother. Okay, that would be a person in your life. Is a fire sign. But I feel very offended against my mother. I mean, where's your love life? Because I really keep picking up that that your love life could well be here, right? But your main stories for this month are going to be around your parents. That's going to require that is the message, that the most amount of stuff that you've got to deal with this month is to do with around your mother and your parents, that you're either going to really need for something, or they're going to really need you for something. But because of this taking an offence, your most amount of karma through this month is really going to be representing more to do with your parents. Okay, that could be future plans of leaving, but there's a big codependency around this story around a mum. Okay, and because that is so present, that's what's requiring most of the amount of attention of why I'm picking it up from what you're going through this month, because you're watching it, I'm cyclically picking up your reading, and so far it's really all based around parents. Okay, like being a parent yourselves, or a child, or the children not wanting it and you're in a complete 2 and 8 with someone. Okay, let's see. Aquarius, Sun, rising in Venus, 4 July. Please don't be, yeah, I knew it. Same card coming out, what flipped out, 7. I need to avoid it. Again, there's 2 7s here running from fire or from a mother here. Okay. This is this is looking back at a Queen of Wands, which is Sagittarius to me, but Sagittarius, Aries, Leo, and that I'm getting the hell out of it. Whatever it is, it's like I want out. I just want out of this confusion. You offended me. You're taking too much time, or this is taking up too much of your time. One more card to see where this 7 is going. One more card for July. Because 7s, right, how you look at a 7 being very good is because that's your strongest amount of karma of what everybody would look at these cards and start worrying about, because they don't look great, right? They don't look great. And everybody's like, yeah, they're real bad, I don't trust the person, right? But these cards on the good side is the fact that someone learns through these, between 1 and 7, between your relationship when you get up and when you go to bed, of everything that goes on in your day that keeps it busy, but also everybody involved in your life, which means that if anybody causes any strife, I'm out, the first one gone, because I've learned a lesson that I will not pay attention and I will avoid too much smothering of someone that wants all of my attention because you've got it here, you see. So in a way, what you come here to learn spiritually and in life, whether you're spiritual or not, is about boundaries, is about having them. When I was younger, I had absolutely none whatsoever boundaries in my life. I was the sacrificial lamb of just following people and doing exactly as they did and letting people walk all over me my whole life. Now that does not mean that I hold resent. It just means that through my life path, what I've learned is boundaries. Is the fact that the moment energy gets very strife and people get very confusing and smothering, I'm out. That just means that you have obviously codependent issues, right? And you have your karma to deal with, but this energy here can be avoided, meaning like I don't want any part of it, I'm out. Because you can have triggers of people that blame through 5 here because they carry someone says something for a 5 that makes this person skittish to go, which is an argument, the 5 of Swords. If you start an argument, I'm out. I don't want to argue. I don't want to talk. That makes this confusing, where you're losing your... Because someone here is losing the plot slightly. Honestly, I'm being honest. Someone is losing the plot, and that's making this person think, you know what, you can take this 5 and shove it. I'm off. I'm out. Don't blame me. Don't hate me. Don't shout at me. Don't scream at me, because I do not want to listen to you ranting and raving about whatever it is. I'm off. Right? And that's the kind of energy that you're learning through here, because these are your lessons. Your lessons are learnt within 7, 1 in 7, from your when you wake up, the Tower, the Chariot, from 1 in 7, from when you go to bed. Okay, 7. So your karmic lessons are all evolved around 7, about avoiding boundaries, escaping, smothering energies, and getting the hell out of Dodge. Okay. Dodging a bullet, pretty much like Neo, okay? Of independent, codependent, boundaries, putting them up, walls. See, everybody in life used to say, well, you can never have a relationship if you throw up boundaries and walls, you're too guarded. Oh, that's absolute load of rubbish. No, you're supposed to learn boundaries. That's what you're supposed to learn, is to become masculine, is to become independent, is to become socially aware. And you only ever get that by boundaries, by limitations in life of how much you're prepared to take for oneself. 1 in 7 talks about yourself, what you're prepared to take for. Take. Okay. So I'm also talking about myself, right? So let's see the next card that comes out for Aquarius for their July. What's the next card that comes out for Aquarius for their July? Where's this 7 heading? 8 towards Leo. Towards Leo. Leaving a mother, going towards Aquarius, Leo, possible Gemini, Virgo. But again, I'm going towards the person that's also going. So it's like, get out, leave, yeah, I'm leaving, yeah, I'm leaving also, and I'm going towards the 7 of Swords. But we're butting heads, we're bumping. Both of these are chasing and running, right? This one is running and leaving. This one is running and leaving, but walking, slow. This one's running fast. Okay? So it's like you're trying to leave here, whatever's going on here, and leave it to go here. So this could be sanctuary, you see, because this person heads for something more fulfilling and sanctuary. Okay? So it feels like that you're trying to both leave things behind to go towards each other here, to meet in the middle. Because it feels like you've both got a lot of things going on that make you come together and not apart. Okay? So together and apart, you play this daft game as well, but you always end up coming back together. Okay? So that happens in your families as well, where the energy gets too dense, too much, too soon, too quick, and then someone's like, I need out. Okay? And your way out of your family situations, or your drama of what goes on through your work, is the fact that, one, you either have a friend or a partner or someone that you rely on, that you go towards and not away. You go away from this energy towards this energy. Okay? So we'll see what they are for your July. Over on Patron, we're going to go more deeper into these circumstances and see what's going to happen. There are different things. You may have seen your Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus, and that you can turn off now if you wish, but stay tuned in case you've just found the energy and you want to know. These do go to Tier 1 and to Tier 2 over on Patreon. For Tier 1, you just get to see the extended version of this, and that's for your month. The same reading also goes to Tier 2, but over on Tier 2, you get from the 1st until the 15th, and the 15th until the 30th, and they do not come out over on YouTube. They only apply to each star sign, and that's an hour reading or more, channeled and also tarot card readings, and they just go to Tier 2 members. Also for Tier 2 now, I'm trying to implement where I can say that you can leave me a question. If there is loads of people, I'm not going to be able to get through to everybody, but I will try my best. But I will post something that's written, put it up on Patreon and say you've got option A in life, and then you've also got option B in life, okay? And what are they? But very small, not like a full, long length, this is my whole story, that's a private reading. okay? Because it will only be a couple of 3 cards. And that what happens if I take option A and what happens if I take option B. Or they can be like, my name is this, my person's name is that, how do they feel about me, or what is going on in their life. But they will change each month of different questions that I will allow people to ask, and then I will go through the whole lot, hopefully throughout the month, and post them for people to watch. But they will be involving in one video, okay? One video and your names, and you can watch it. I'll go through the email, read it out, answer your question, on to the next person, okay? So I'm going to try that. So if you want a personal reading, you can also reach out below. If you don't have the app to Patreon, please make sure that you download the app to Patreon, because I think the link only takes you to say that you can join. I really don't know. Some people have had slight difficulties on getting onto their tier, and I think that's because you don't have the app, and the app will just take you to what you've paid for, okay? So make sure you download the app if you're part of Patreon. Or you can follow everything that I earn. If not, give us a like or a dislike, depending on whether you liked it or not. Okay, all right, guys, thanks very much. Catch you again soon.